Here we go.
Christian here with cheap, beat up Elvis vinyl. Well, smell that? That's Christmas in the air. And ain't nothing better at Christmas time than listen to good old Elvis Presley Christmas records. I think my favorite Christmas records of all time, I like Frank Sinatra's, Dean Martin, love the Ventures Christmas record, but my favorite is Elvis. And we're going to start off with his first Christmas album. Man, he only had a couple of albums out. He had out the first album, which is Avisa One. Then what came out next? The Elvis album. And then this one came out. Elvis's Christmas album. Boy, this caused a lot of problems. A lot of problems. They had Christmas songs on it, but the thing that caused problems was they had some gospel songs on it too. Take My Hand, Precious Lord, There'll Be Peace in the Valley. It Is No Secret What God Can Do. A lot of people thought it was sacrilegious. When you listen to them, they're absolutely beautiful. But a lot of people just didn't like the way Elvis looked. Anyway, it came out in November of '57. Now, this is a reissue. I picked this one up for $1. And I was very pleased to get it because, well, this is one of the 50th. This one was re-released in, let's see, not 50th. This was released in '85. So this one had the sticker on it that says pressed on green vinyl. But it wasn't. It wasn't a green vinyl. This was Elvis's 50th anniversary. So this would have been... See, on the inside, it has 50th anniversary releases. Now, on the original release, they had some other Elvis records up in here, but obviously, there weren't a whole bunch of Elvis records out. The thing that makes this so beautiful is, look at these pictures that are up in here. Elvis Presley, right there. I mean, this is fantastic. If you'd have got this back then, well, even now, but back then it was like, holy cow. You're getting a great album. You're getting all these great photos. And see a lot of the Jailhouse Rock things. This looks like it was from the same session as the cover for, what was it, All Shook Up? Merry Christmas, Elvis. Man, this is a great album. Now, some of these, the ones, the 50th, anniversary releases, this one said it was on green vinyl, but it's not. Some of them still had the stickers that said green vinyl, but they were on black vinyl. This is my all-time favorite Christmas album. From what I understand, it's the biggest selling Christmas album in the history of the world. I think they sold, what was it, 1.8 zillion copies, or billion. It's a lot of records. A lot of records. Man, and they've repackaged it over the years, and you'll see what I mean. Anyway, in the original that came out, this right here was kind of like a cloth material that you would have like on old scrapbooks. So on the real old ones, man, that deteriorates really quick. And so you'll see a lot of guys that have the real old ones don't even want to take it out of the little sleeves because they'll get busted up. Also, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, on the original ones, they didn't have the songs listed on the back. It was just this picture of Elvis. And you can also see this UPC symbol. Whenever you see a UPC symbol, you know you got yourself a reissue. So that one came out in November of '57. And then November of '58, 1 year later, they put out this one. Same exact album, just a different cover, and it wasn't a gate sleeve, wasn't a gate fold. Boy, mine's nice and beat up, huh? I think this is probably some flood damage. I'm going to guess that this one was riding, something was riding right here on it, and it got caught in one of these floods down here. And when they pulled them apart, just ripped that right on off. But I love it. Beautiful old doggone top label. Now this one is the same exact track listing as the first one, except on this one, on the back, they put some pictures of Elvis in the Army, because by that time, of course, he was in the Army. Beautiful color pictures, look fantastic. This is a mono copy. There's a little picture of Elvis on the radio. Hey Presley, we told you not to use the intercom to sing. Oh, that's all right, Mama. I'm sorry. Just tell us how the tank's doing, Elvis. Oh, it's doing fine. Now, this back cover is one of two. There's another back cover on this that was done back then. It doesn't have the Army pictures. It has pictures of other Elvis EPs and LPs. So you have two different ones, two different back cover variations of that one. Then we go along to 1971. Elvis Sings The Wonderful World of Christmas. This one came out in October of 71. This is one of my absolute least favorite Elvis album covers. It looks like a Whitman chocolate sampler box. Put a picture of Elvis on the cover. Now, way down, I didn't even notice this for a long time. Look, there's Elvis on the snowman. Huh, boy, I tell you, that's really a flattering shot of Elvis. And there he is as Santa Claus. Wow. Not very good. Now, the back of it, it's pretty nice. Back of it's pretty nice. They got a couple of gospel records on there. And other beautiful Elvis albums for your collection. They're beautiful. Now, this is a re-release. This album originally came out in October of 71. That was the first release. This is a 1975 reissue. Let's see what is on. Oh, this is on the orange. Yeah. Orange label. Silver bells. Got some really good things on here, man. Added a couple nice ones on here. Winter Wonderland. Another great one, but boy, I sure don't like that cover. Sorry, Elvis. Well, he probably didn't design it. Next, we go to, well, it would have been a little bit before this one, because this one came out in 71. So this one came out in 1970, November of 1970. This is the RCA Camden release. Same thing, Elvis sings Christmas songs. You notice when you go back, look at the font and everything on here. It's just about the same exact thing. Sorry about that. See, they just pulled it right off of here. Now, the only difference on this is they changed up some of the songs. Now, I think it was the mid-60s, somewhere around the mid-60s, Elvis released a Christmas single called If Every Day Was Like Christmas. And that is on this album. I think this is the first Christmas album that it was available on. Now, If Every Day Was Like Christmas was written by Mr. Red West. And here's a picture of Red West. You'll recognize him if you're an Elvis fan. That's Red West right there. Now, Red was one of Elvis's original guys that were hanging with him. Went to high school with him. I think Red was a little bit older, was a football player. And the famous story is that a couple of ruffians got Elvis in the bathroom and they were going to cut his hair. Guy had a knife or a switchblade and Red West walked into the bathroom and saw that they had Elvis, and he saw that Elvis was scared. And Red was a big guy, tough guy, and Red said, well, you're going to have to cut my hair first. Those guys ran out the bathroom, and Red and Elvis became like this. And so then they became pretty good friends. Then they ran into each other again when Elvis was starting to do out-of-town shows, and Elvis said, hey, Red, why don't you ride with us tonight? Me and Scotty and Bill were going to play somewhere. Red went with them, and then that was it. Red was with them. So Red was right there from the beginning. So he was always around there. If you watch a lot of those old Elvis movies, you'll see him in the movie. It's usually like if there's a ballroom fight or if a fight breaks out at a gas station, Red West is usually one of the guys fighting. And so Red walks in one day and he says, hey, I wrote a song. And I can imagine what the response must have been from them. Like, yeah, okay, hey, everybody, Red wrote a song. Let's listen to it. And it's If Every Day Was Like Christmas. And Elvis goes, that's a pretty good song. So they recorded it, came out as a single, and this is the first album that it was on. Really good song. Really good song. And this one right here, this one still got the shrink wrap on it. That's why it's so shiny. And boy, it's been on there so long, it's almost starting to form up on it. A lot of great songs on this one. Of course, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, Santa Claus is Back in Town, Here Comes Santa Claus. And then, by request, Mama Like the Roses. Who requested that? I'm going to guess the only request for Mama Like the Roses was by the guy that wrote the song. Somehow it got on here. I always thought the first Elvis Christmas album that I had was one that's coming up, and I think it's on there. And I thought, why is this on a Christmas album? Not a very Christmassy song, very downer song. I don't know why it got on there, but somehow it got on there. That guy made a nice little piece of money. So here it is right here. This was originally came out in November of 70. This is a reissue from November of 71. One of the ways you can tell the reissue is down here at the bottom. On the back, there's a 2. And I have another copy of it. See, this one shows up a lot better because it doesn't have the shrink wrap on it. And this is a reissue also, and it has a 3 at the bottom of it right there. So that one also came out in 71. Now, this is the first Elvis album that I ever had. And unfortunately, it contains Mama Like the Roses. I love this album. This is fantastic. But if you see, look at the picture on it. They take this great picture of Elvis in this great jacket, and then they crop it up to here. Same picture. But they took out, now it's just, So anyway, this one came out on Pickwick in December of 75. From what I understand, Pickwick bought the rights from Camden to reissue the Camden releases. I believe there were 10 Camden releases, and Pickwick re-released them all. So, I think this has a Pickwick label. Yep. See, there's a Pickwick label on that one. And there are several variations. There are 4 variations of this cover. See, this one has Pickwick over here. And over here it says Camden. Then I have another one that has RCA over here. And then Camden over there. And this one came out in December of 75 when they re-released. I think they released all of the Camdens on Pickwick all at once. And they came out in December of 75. Now, and here was, it had the same back as the Camden back. But then in 86, they re-released it again and had this back on it. Same song, same everything, except it says Special Music. The Special Music Company. Distributed by the Special Music Company. Passaic, New Jersey. And then it says copyright RCA. So, yeah. They were just kind of farming them out. Next one I have is from after Elvis passed. I got this one in a lot of records. I really don't pick up the Elvis records from after he passed away unless they're in a bunch that I bought. So I bought 100 record. No, I bought 52 albums and 2 singles one day. And this was in it. This came out in August of 82. Now, the one thing you see right off the bat, boom, you got a UPC symbol on there. It's the regular RCA Dog Near top label. This came out in August of 82. And one cool little thing that they had in it was a little insert, which was a 1982-83 calendar. A nice little picture of Elvis on it there. And it says, "Season's Greetings, Elvis." So that was nice. I didn't even know that was in that. And last night I was looking at it, and boom, there was the little insert. Now this next one here was in that lot of records that I bought. I didn't think it was an Elvis record, so I went through the lot, I pulled it out, and I gave it back to the guy, and I got home, and I saw he had put it back in the pile. This was from Avon in 1985. And it was Avon Classic Christmas Treasury. And sure enough, on the back there is an Elvis song, "Silver Bells," right there. The only other good thing about this record is Miss Dolly Parton. There you go. So you get Dolly Parton and Elvis Presley on the same record. Not bad. I think I like it. So there's some Elvis records for you. Christmas records. I think that the Elvis Christmas album is the soundtrack for Christmas, along with some of the classics. But the classics to me are Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Put On That Ventures instrumental. Wow. So, there are the Elvis Christmas albums that I have. I know there are a few more, certainly some more variations of the ones that I have. And next time, I think we'll take a look at some Christmas singles. Maybe I know they had an EP, and I got some Christmas CDs also. Man, they kept repackaging those the songs on the CDs. Just seemed like every couple Christmases you'd go to the store and there would be a new Elvis CD Christmas collection where they would just pick a few songs from here and there. And then they put out one that supposedly had all the songs on it. So we'll see if it did, because I think I have that one. Until we see you again, make sure that you subscribe. Thanks to everybody who subscribed from last week after my weak pitiful plea for subscribers. I think we let's see, what did we get? We were averaging a little less than 20 on each of the videos. I think what we got last time was 7. Better than 6. Better than 5. So, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope you had fun. If you liked it, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you hate it, subscribe twice. That way you'll know when the videos are out so you can avoid them. We're just here to help you. Help everybody have fun. All right. Hope you had fun. I did too. Thank you, Elvis. Okay, fine.